Now we may have to create different use case. Okay, so before it, like what I'll do here, let's see, like let me stop this instance, and today we'll be doing in some another way. Okay, so let's say type of ये करना पड़ेगा।
मेरा यूपीआई कोड क्या है देखो ओपन करके क्या है प्रोमो कोड फॉर दिस कोड इज एप्लीकेबल ओनली ऑन ऑर्डर पे तो पेटीएम से तक करो ना अब लगाओ प्रोमो कोड पे पेटीएम से रखती है क्यों नहीं लगा छोड़ तो फिर ऐसे ही कर देते हैं ऐसे ही कर देते हैं गूगल पे
Okay. Bijendra, I think you got my point. Like, why does what does volume means here? So it is something like you have your computer, and without hard disk, how you will be able to access your data? So this is like this one. So in computer we have multiple part. So the part would be volume is one part, like a storage, and CPU, memory, that is another part. I'm trying to find like method. PKS. See here, if you see here, like how many, see here, EKS versus GKE versus AKS. Can you see? See, like these are the different method. EKS means your if you want to create your fully automated infrastructure in AWS, you can use EKS. If you want to create fully automated features in Google, then you can use this one. If you want to create fully automated feature on Azure, then it is AKS. In fact, in AWS, in AWS also they have multiple features like ops and EKS. Can you see EKS versus ops? Why EKS can be the best solution for AWS? So now it may be totally depend upon what kind of infrastructure you'll be looking for. Means how automated software you'll be looking. So in the current solution, the solution what we have discussed yesterday, in that solution, can you see, you are totally reluctant on like how many services you'll be looking for, like how many master you have, how many nodes you have. So you are fully dependent upon this one. If at any point of time if you think like we need to add an additional instance, you may have to repeat this stuff again. Means you may have to first you will have to install each and everything, and at the end you may have to attach this thing again. So this process would be kind of manual process. So what if I need to create this fully automated process? So guys, do you understand why we'll be looking for fully automated process? Means let's say at some point of time I may need total five node. Some point of time I may need only one node. So auto scaling up, auto scaling down should be done by themselves. Whenever if I write like I need to have the total number of instance equal to 5, so and after some time I need to have the total number of instance equal to 10. So between 5 to 10 transaction, this transaction should happen automatically. Means we should not do anything, we should not do any kind of installation process, and all. Rather it should be done by themselves. So if you want to have that kind of infrastructure, in that case you may have to choose some kind of automated services like COPS, like EKS and all. Now coming to major difference between EKS and COPS. COPS is like, see, this is the master node. If you in order to manage your Kubernetes infrastructure, you may have to have master node. So if you think like master node need to be managed by somebody else, means here means AWS. Let's say if you think like you should not worry about master part, rather this master machine, master instance should be managed by AWS itself. In that case, you should use EKS. If you think like your infrastructure should be, so you should have the, if you think you need to have the more control over like what exactly you are going to do it here. Means technically, if you need more control on on infrastructure, then you should use COPS. So guys, did you understand the difference between COPS and EKS? If you go to AWS, you would find both services. EKS, can you see Elastic Kubernetes Services? Fully managed Kubernetes control plane. Means uh, EKS would be managed by Kubernetes itself. So you will have to do some kind of operation, and it would be done. See here, EKS control plane pricing. See how expensive is it? Means $0.1 per hour. It is more and more expensive, and it's much expensive than normal normal EC2 instance. If you are choosing AWS Fargate, pricing calculated based on the CPU and memory resources from the time download container and until your EKS port terminate. If you go to EKS and there is one COPS. So directly they are not providing COPS as a services. Rather, you may have to perform some kind of installation process. Means see here, COPS Kubernetes operation. So there is another plugins that is COPS, and their responsibility is to manage your infrastructure. Means in that case, what will happen? It would be the extension of this one. Means the way you have done it here, means the way you have installed this infrastructure and all. So here we have done each and everything manual process. So what will happen? Instead of this one manual process, they may use some kind of automations data stream, and the process will be very simple, but they will have number of master node, number of worker node. Still you will have to choose, you will have to manipulate, like how many master server you need, how many worker node you need in order to deploy this whole application. You can use auto scaling and load balancer feature here. Okay, so what we'll do here, I have created for this COPS, like how to create infrastructure using COPS. I have added another lab for the same. Let's say, yeah. So guys, can you just open this link? So in that lab, see, lab one means your installation process. So we will be installing our cluster like this one. Oh, sorry, there was some lab zero as well. Sorry, script means, yeah, this script means lab zero. So this would be the initial installation. Once we have the installation process, then this would be lab one, lab two, lab three, lab four, and so. So we will be discussing each and everything one by one. Okay, so let's start with a script. So this script is very simple. Like we will be creating this infrastructure via AWS CLI command. Okay, so these are the some method that we are going to do here. So in order to do this one, what I'll do here, I'll use my AWS instance as a operating machine. Means I'll install different stuff, means each and everything in my AWS one EC2 instance only, and in that machine, from that machine, we will create our AWS infrastructure, Kubernetes infrastructure. Because I don't want to install this software in my Mac. What otherwise what will happen? I may have to remove and means so technically I may have to change my computer settings. So I don't want to do that. That's the reason I'll prefer to start this kind of cluster from Ubuntu server. And the best way to do it like this one, like you can create an EC2 instance, do some installation process and start working on from that instance only. So this would be the uh, this would be the way like I'll be choosing in order to create our infrastructure. So guys, did you get my point why we are choosing EC2 instance here? Okay, so let's create an EC2 instance. T2 micro would be fine because we may have to do very basic minimal operations here. 8 GB will be also fine. Okay, so I have already added this one, and in fact I have already created all the script, like how to install, means in order to operate your EC2 in order to operate your Kubernetes infrastructure from EC2 instance. These are the some prerequisite steps that we may have to follow. Means we will be installing Docker containers, Docker inside this operating machines, so that we may have to create different Docker images as well. So from here, from this machine, we will be able to create it. So these are the prerequisite steps that we are going to follow for the same. Just a minute, guys. 1 minute. I think we can create bash script, execute it. Yeah. Ashok, yeah, you're right. We can create this stuff using bash script. In fact, like in the previous bash, some of your your seniors, or maybe in the previous bash, they had created a bash script using my script. So it is just steps. They converted this step into completely bash script. That can be also done. Means but here I'm what I'm doing here means I'm trying to explain you like a step by step you can perform it. So what exactly we have done so far, we have installed this prerequisite library. Like if you are installing kubernetes, then you will have to perform this one. See here this one, and here I have installed cops, the library I was talking about, this one. So if you can get this installation process from here as well. uh, Getting started, you can see here. See, this is the steps that you will have to perform. Same step I have written it here. See, this is the download steps. After that we are making, and so everything is I have performed, like I have collected all this information from different places and combined a single application like this. Okay, so this way, so Ashok and Shiva, Bijendra. So you can convert this step later. Once you understand how it works, then you can convert it as a bash script, and later you can perform the same. Is that clear, guys? Okay. So guys, what I have done, I have installed this. See, if you see this step, this is the step that I have done. Means I have installed KATIS using these steps. And after that I have installed AWS CLI, because using cops you shall be able to create your infrastructure via command line, via AWS CLI. So for that I have used AWS CLI. Now I have selected AWS configure. If you do so, what will happen, they may ask you to provide your AWS access key ID. So let's see, what is my this one. Okay, cat. So this is what my ID would be. I'll be selecting this one. Okay, and region name, I'll be selecting US East one, and format will be JSON. So I have already installed this one. Now from here onward, like what we are going to do here, in order to run your in order to create your infrastructure, you may have to have some IAM role and permission kind of stuff. So we'll be doing this one. So using this step, what? Okay, first I'm going to add our export command. Export means it would be available in in the terminal environment only. After that I'll be creating IAM group using this one. See, one group has been created. You can get it from here. See, by the way, we have already discussed this stuff while learning your AWS CLI command line. So now we are performing the same here. You can see groups, cops has been created. Now we are attaching different permission one by one to this group. If you remember, we also did the same stuff earlier. If I do so, what will happen? Imagine EC2 full access. So right now this group here doesn't have any permission. If I refresh it, this group will have some permissions. See, imagine EC2 instance, this permission that already have. So this way I'll be adding all of this permission one by one. These are the prerequisite for creating co-ops group. We'll be adding this one. In fact, we can copy each and everything together and we'll run it. So this way also I think we should get the output. Perfect. If I do so, what should happen? Like it should have all the required relevant permissions. See, all the permission has been added using this command line. Okay, now user, I have already created group. I have already given the permissions. Now it's time to create a IAM users, that also called cops. So we will be creating IAM users, and then we will add this user into this group. So right now you can see I have the users cops, but this user doesn't have permission. So what we will do here, we will be doing this step. Means I am AWS, I am add user group to this one, to this user group, like this one. So guys, is that clear to you, like why, like how we are creating this one? Okay, so Vijendra, you should have gone through this line. If you see sudo apt get install y docker io, what will happen? You may have to do this first. You will have to add your docker repository in environment, then only you will be able to install it. But if you go to this link and this link here, so technically whatever you are doing here, it is the part of this one. So what exactly they are doing? Default channel stable. So technically using this shell script, you are installing docker stable version, you are downloading it, and then we are performing each and everything. So it is just a shell script. In the background you are doing each and everything similar to what you have, what Linux has been defined, what Ubuntu has defined this method. Is that clear to you, Vijendra? Is that clear, Vijendra? Means so technically, see, if you use this one sudo apt get install and all, that means the step, the stuff you are doing here right now, that might have been done by someone else, or maybe Ubuntu might have done this stuff in the background. So either you can follow the Ubuntu steps or you can follow your own step. It's up to you. Okay, so now what we have to do here. So what I have done so far, I have added this one. Now I need to have AWS credential as well. So using this step, I'll be creating credentials, and see, if you see here, the credential has been created like this one. That ops credential. See, this is the credential that you have created and it has been stored. So this is the user ID, access key ID, and secret key. Now we will be installing JQ, because JQ will be the using this JQ we will be able to filter, we will be able to make a query on our result. So what I'll do here, if you see, this is this is your access key and secret key JSON file. If I need to extract this value, so how we will be able to do it? We will be able to do it via JQ method, and we'll export this one as is. So simply we'll use this one. Now if I echo this one, is echo $sign, this one, see, we are having this value, the same value where we had earlier. So how it is working? Export cat pipe. After that, we are using JQ minus R. We are accessing this value, access key dot access key ID, access key dot access key. This is how the flow would be work. Means this is our object ID. Inside of object ID, we are accessing our access ID. Okay, so guys, is that clear? Like, what is the use of JQ here? Vijendra, is that
You
clear
are
to
now
you?
unmuted.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, anything you can filter it from anything. Means, let's say if you have the data in your terminal, you can filter it from anywhere. Means it is similar to like a all your data is coming in this object format. In order to extract some value, you can use JQ method.
You are now muted.
Okay, so what I have done, for now I have extracted access key ID. Same way I'll be exporting secret key ID as well, and then whatever the key I have, so I'll be creating this one. I'll be creating a key like this one, and it will store as a. Now I'll be converting this one. See here, if you remember, like last time what we did, we created our like public key using putty. So if you have SSL keygen, then there is no requirement of your putty gen and all. So it would be done by a command line itself. So using this method, what I'm doing here, from your PM file, we are creating public key using this method. So if you cat k@s.pem, this is your command. If you cat, this is this one. If you compare both, so you'd find okay. So it is, it means you cannot read each and everything, but if you this is the combination of your private key, and using private key we are able to create public key like this one. So by reading you cannot just like what exactly this private key or public key is, but internally based on their SSS keygen algorithm. This is the combination. This is your private key and this is your public key. Means from private key you can create your public key. Same way we did it here. We did it in Putigen only as well. Okay, so this was the step 0. Now let's move to step 1. So what we are going to do here, we are going to create a cluster, and total number of master node would be 1 and worker node would be 1. So this is the requirement that we are going to follow for the same. So here, let's say I'll be doing this one, and here, okay, so there is another requirement. We need to have our this one, we need to have our domain name. So guys, everybody, like do you have any domain name that created? Because without domain name you won't be able to access this lab. In order to access this lab, we need to have the domain name. Do you have a domain name in here? Okay, Vijendra, like what kind of error you are getting? The keygen gives me an error. Okay, it would give the error if you have not created yet. Means if in the 0 steps. Have you performed this step? Means have you created this key using this method? If you would have created this method like this one, and if you have performed this step, then definitely you would get this access key, this public key like this one. But you may have to try it in your Unix command. Invalid. So this is what you're getting. Load key k-attach. So you generated this file first? K-attach instance dot pm file. Have you created it? So then how you'll be able to do it? So see, this is the step that you need to do it now. Can you see what we are going, what we are going here? From these steps, using this step, we are creating this pm file. See, key pair, we are creating the key pair name like this one, and after that we are extracting this. I did it. No, I did. If you have done it, then definitely you should get this output. If you have performed this step, so you can see I did it here, and I got this file. Are you able to get this one? Can you just type ls? Are you getting this file or not? PM file. Then how you are getting this error? You should not get this error here, because I I I did the same, and I got this value. Yeah, I think you may have to do it. Okay, means you have not configured it properly. That could be the reason. Anyway, so uh, so in that way, what I have done so far, I have simply added this script. 0 step was done in 1 step. Okay, so guys, everybody need to have your this one means there need to be have some domain. So I request you please register your any domain name in GoDaddy or maybe anywhere. Uh, if you are interested, you can do it from here as well. It would take around $12. I'll show you where you will have to go. You can register your domain here as well. See here, register domain. Register a domain like this one. You can search it in any name. Let's say I'll search prabhat.com. So prabhat.com is not available. But if I type prabhatpankaj.com, yeah, it is available. Prabhatpankaj.com is available. So add to cart and you can buy this domain. If you have this domain, definitely you can do it. You can perform this lab. I'll not suggest you to go for any other provider. Reason behind it, like you may have to configure, you may have to do a lot of different stuffs. Yeah, means you could have choose GoDaddy or and all. The cost would be similar to that one. So the cost might be $8 or $9 something like this, but it would be nearby $12 only. So you guys can spend some time some amount for your learning. So guys, if you want, you can do it quickly right now as well. It would be possible. Simply check it and add to cart and perform these steps. You can perform any kind of stuff like this one. Because this is the minimum requirement. Like without DNS name, you won't be able to complete this lab. Is that clear, guys? Why we need a domain name? Okay, so now coming to this one. Oh, sorry. So step 0 that has already been completed. Let's say in step 2, again I said like using this example, what I'll do here, I'll use one one master node and one worker node. So for that, I'll be using this command. Now what I'll do here, in order to use this this one, like cops, you may have to have your zone. Means if you are in US East 1, so zone would be like this one. Means US East 1A, 1B, 1C, and so on. Let's say if you want to see how the code has been done, echo $sign. See here 1A, but at the end, can you see there is a comma? So I need to remove it as well. So in order to remove this one, this is the mad head. Means if you write percentage question mark, so what will happen? It would remove the last character. Now if I write like this one, echo, see this comma has been removed from here. Question mark, percentage question mark last. Now here, see here, must change your domain name that hosted in AWS. So this one need to be available. In my case, domain name that is available is in the root 53 zone. This is the domain name that is available for now. So I'll copy this one and put it here. Okay, and now if you want, you can use this one, export friendly username alias for your cluster. So we'll be using KITS IntelliCore like this one. So your full domain name would be like this one. Okay, now your S3 bucket means, see, like in co-ops you need to have a S3 bucket name, and the bucket use of S3 bucket name would be like it will store your infrastructure state, like how many instance you have, what are the information you have. So you mean to say like whatever the, like if you remember, like what we did, we created our cluster using one master and two worker node. So in that case, whatever the state information that was available in your local computer, in your master computer. So what if the master computer will destroy? So what will happen in your case? Our complete infrastructure will be destroyed, means we may have to do it each and everything one by one. But here in case of cops, even though if your master cluster will be removed, it will be deleted, or it will be destroyed by themselves, so still you will be able to create it, because you are storing your cluster information, cluster state in S3 bucket itself. So for that, we may have to have our S3 bucket name. So for that, let's means this bucket type is not available. I may have to go to S3 bucket and will have to choose what S3 bucket what kind of S3 bucket I have. So what I'll do, I'll use this one. Let's say I'll be using this bucket name. Just a minute. हेलो. हाँ मोहित, मैं तुम्हें ना 10-15 मिनट कॉल करता हूँ. मैं बस एक जगह भी बिजी हूँ मैं भी. ठीक है, 15 मिनट कॉल करता हूँ. Okay, so this is the bucket. This is the state name. So what I'll do here, I'll use this bucket name as a state. Okay, so this bucket name is not required. Reason behind it, like bucket name I have already created. So if you want to create the bucket name by yourself, simply change your bucket name and create this step. After that, use this one. Okay, and now at the end, we may have to add this stuff. So okay, so what we did, we have already performed this stuff 1 2, and this is the final step. Using this step, we will be able to create our cluster. So a step would be like this one: cops, full name, zone, T2 medium, master. Your master node would be T2 medium. Your worker node would be T2 medium. Number of count is equal to 1, means 1 EC2 instance for your master node, 1 EC2 instance for your worker node. DNS name and SSS public key. If I run this one, what will happen? It will create our cluster. Perfect. And at the end, you may have to perform this one, review it before cluster get created. Okay, so if you see, this one looks, each and everything looks perfect. So we won't do anything. We'll skip from here, and after at the end we will do this. We'll do this change. See here, means they are doing each and everything for us. Can you see all certificate and all each and everything is being created now? In order to see whether our cluster is up and running, this is another shell script command that I have created. Using this stuff, it will give you idea whether your cluster has been created or not. No such host found. Can you see? Means we are trying to validate whether our cluster has been created or not. Means it will run. It will run. It will stop. Means it will run on every 30 seconds. I will check whether your cluster has been created or not. If you see in the background, see here, your cluster is being created. So what I have selected, one master node and one worker node. See here, both are being created. Node KS8 master KS8. So you can see here what we have done here in this step. We have simply followed some some stuff that was related to AWS only. After that, what need to be the what how like both nodes to be connected to each other, how many masters node you have, how many worker nodes you have, what is the configuration all. So each and everything is being done by this COF software only. So guys, did you understand the concept behind it, like how it works? See here, still it is showing like this one. Means it's very straightforward. The state is very straightforward. Simply we'll have to follow this step one by one, and at the end it would create a complete cluster for us. Too many things. No, it's vision rate is very less. It is not too many things. It is just 0.01%. What exactly you will have to do it in your DevOps career. So I can give you my example. I'm working in IT field from last 5 years. Before it, I was working in actually my branch is mechanical. So I was working in hardcore hardcore branch in mechanical branch. After that, I moved into a startup and I started learning this IT stuff and all. So what I am saying, trying to say, during this 5 year, I have learned each and everything, but still I'm what I feel like still I have very limited knowledge in DevOps, very limited knowledge in front end, back end, and so mobile development and all. Every day I'm learning new things on daily basis, almost on daily basis, So what as a DevOps engineer, obviously you will have to uh, learn each and everything on daily basis, and you may have to apply it frequently so that it will be your own skill set. So the thing is that, like, the things what you have learned so far, it is just very small fraction what actually a DevOps engineer is doing nowadays. Each and everything is available in internet. See, the things what I have done it here, it is not my code, I would say. Rather, I have collected this information from multiple locations, and I created a very informative document for you guys, so that, or you can say collective information, I would say. So each and everything is available. If you want to install, see, this is the example I gave it to you. If you want to install cops in Unix, this is the method that you will have to perform. If you want to install cops in your MacBook, this is the step that you will have to perform. Same way, like each and everything. If you want to perform some particular stuffs like this one, you would get this information. Deploying it to see here. This cops is not limited to AWS itself. It is, you can do it from to AWS, to GCP, to you can OpenStack, distillation, deploy or spot instances, command. So this is what the command would be. This is what right now I'm doing right now. Ops, update cluster, cluster name. If you see here, this is what we have done. Pop cluster name, and yes. Can you see? Same command is here. It is available here as well. Pops cluster name, and yes. So I simply copied this information from here and put it in here as a collective information. So what you will have to do after learning this one stuff, you should also explore their official document. Yeah, see, something has been created. These are in pending state. So you can see, like yesterday it took around 1 hour to create cluster. Today it took hardly 15 minutes to create this kind of cluster. Before it, I just performed some kind of prerequisite steps. Prerequisite step was data was related to creating user, creating permission, creating key general. See here, our cluster is ready. Can you see? One master and one node is ready. In order to check whether it is working or not, you can get this information from here. Means if I run like this one, kubectl get all, kubectl get node. One is master, one is worker. No name, it says font. Means you can get all this information. So let's say if I need to understand what would be the kubectl command, best way to do it like this one, kubectl and help. Now if I need to understand what exactly this would be, like basic command, deploy command, cluster command, drain command, logs, cp, additional command. So you can get each and everything from here. Okay guys, is that clear to you? Everything is clear? Okay, so now last thing I'll tell you like how to destroy this stuff as well, because if you see here like this one cube system and all, if you want to see the pods and all, you can get it in home. See here, this kind of plugins that are already installed. It means you didn't do anything, but cops did it for you. They created this kind of prerequisite plugins for you. Now let's say if I need to delete a stuff, I'll run this stuff and it will delete the whole infrastructure for us. See, they are deleting it, they are removing each and everything. Can we stop it? Can you stop it or not? No, actually, instead of destroy, no, I think that options are not available. I may have to check whether these options are available or not. But as far I know, you cannot. You should either you can destroy it or deploying it to the cops command. So delete. There is no rolling update, get cluster, delete version. No, there is no this one stops command are available. Means if you want, you may have to delete it. See here, means what exactly they are doing here, they are keep trying until whatever the resources that has been created during this process, it need to be deleted. See, each and everything is deleted. Now no resources are available. Now the process would be very simple. So what happened, like all of this stuff has been created. This time if I need to create, I'll simply run this command. That's it. Using this command, using single line, now I will be able to create my whole cluster. Means if I have already done this prerequisite steps, I may not have to go to step 1. So I'll have to simply perform this line. That's it. Using this line, I will be able to create my complete cluster. So now onward, it won't take more than 4 to 5 minutes to create a complete Kubernetes cluster. Is that clear, guys? Siva, is that clear to you? Okay, guys. Then we have already got two methods. One is for like installing your Kubernetes infrastructure using Kubedium. This time we have installed a Kubernetes infrastructure using COPS. So I have already created total 5 labs here. If you see here, after script, I have created 1, 2, 3, 4, total 4 labs. So we'll try to cover these labs one by one. So in the first lab, this is simple chat application that we'll be creating from here, and so this way we'll be doing each and everything one by one, and we'll try to understand once the infrastructure is ready, how to create and how to create that infrastructure by once. So I'll stop it here so that I may be able to use it for tomorrow. And this one, I think I may not require this stuff, so I'll destroy it. If I need, I'll be able to create it again. Okay, guys. Then see you tomorrow, and we'll try to start another lab today itself. Tomorrow itself. Sorry.